The boats started arriving mid-morning to this fishing town perched on Colombia's torrid Caribbean coast. Disembarking passengers were edgy but excited to be on the move again. They clambered onto a dock, hoisting suitcases, water jugs, camping gear and children up wooden stairs to a boisterous welcome party of smugglers, motorcycle taxi men and horse and cart jockeys. A boat company employee with a plastic tank on her back showered disinfectant everywhere. Then the haggling began. $30 per person? Said Ernest Tassi, who is from the African nation of Cameroon, aghast at the fee for a motorcycle jaunt 5 miles toward the border with Panama. Too expensive. Tassi, 35, a French speaker who picked up Spanish while stranded in Ecuador during the pandemic, was translating for a contingent of Haitians, men, women and children, he had met on his journey north. This remote sliver of northwest Colombia has become one of the world's busiest migration corridors. Geography dictates that anybody traveling overland from South America has to pass through it to reach the United States. The migrant traffic began ramping up about a decade ago, then dropped sharply in 2020 as countries shut borders in response to the pandemic. This year has seen an astonishing rebound as travel restrictions have eased, releasing pent-up demand at a moment when regional economies have tanked, squeezing job opportunities and incomes. In the first 9 months of this year, authorities in Panama logged a record 91,305 foreigners entering the country overland from Colombia, more than during the 7 previous years combined. The migrants include Latin Americans, Africans, Asians, and Middle Easterners. About 75% are Haitians, many of whom had been living in Chile and Brazil. The smugglers and drivers at the dock here in the town of Aghast are in such high demand that they were unwilling to lower their prices for Tassi. He conversed with them in Spanish and then relayed the details in French to his Haitian co-travelers, who broke it all down to the rest in Haitian Creole. They would be riding on the back of motorcycles to a camp to spend the night. After grabbing a bite to eat and a drink from dockside vendors, the group set off in a raucous, Mad Max in the jungle convoy. They were headed toward the Darien Gap, the narrowest strip of rainforest that joins South America and Central America. It had once been regarded as impenetrable. But migrants and smugglers have turned the wilderness into a tropical turnstile despite myriad dangers, including poisonous snakes and insects, thieves and sundry illnesses. Panamanian authorities have recorded at least 50 migrant deaths this year in the Darien, though the real number is probably much higher, since many bodies are never recovered.